Welcome back to another Music Monday. It is episode number 16. I don't know, I always feel so weird when I hop on here because it's been a week since I've recorded myself, so I have to hype myself up again and get ready to be in front of the camera to hopefully make you guys laugh, to hopefully make you guys think in depth by my reactions to these songs. Again, as always, it's a pure blessing, and I don't take it for granted. I love doing these. I love giving you guys my insight, and I love getting your guys' feedback. I've learned a whole lot about this music scene ever since I started doing these music reactions. So, yeah, man, I'm totally fucking blessed, and I'm ready to do another music reaction. So, for this week, dude, I don't even know how to keep track of these requests, so I just literally hopped on one of my old videos that I did, which was Losing My Life by Falling in Reverse back on June 28th, and there's a guy that subscribed to the account. His name is Chris Tolson. Chris, I'm going to give you a shout out right now, but he told me he said, by the way, Iron Maiden just put out a new song called The Writing on the Wall that seems to be getting a lot of searches. You might want to check that one out. I don't know where to start with these suggestions, so I'm just going to go with that. I just randomly choose every week, all right, hey, this is what I'm going to do. So it looks like they have a music video, and this was premiered back on July 15th of 2021. Anyways, if I miss lyrics, I'm sure you guys will give me... you guys will educate me on what was being said. And before I go into this, I just thought of this. So, I don't know if people that do music reactions, if they can get sponsored or not. I'm sure they can, but I'm trying to think of what type of companies would want to sponsor a dude on YouTube that's doing music reactions. And if you guys know me, watch these videos, a lot of times I have a drink that I'm drinking that I'm pulling up in between the reactions. So I'm going to give a quick shout out to LaCroix. If you guys end up watching my videos, please sponsor me because I love your fucking drinks and I would love to promote you guys. Every week when I go to the store to Hy-Vee, I get a different flavor. And so this week I got the limoncello, which looks like, a lemon type of flavor. It's fucking delicious. So again, I'm just gonna say right now, if LaCroix Sparkling Water, if there's any executives, anybody that sees my reactions, I'm giving you a fucking shout out. Come on, man, send me some fucking sparkling water. That shit tastes delicious. All right. Enough talking. Let's get into this review. By the way, I should preface, I don't think I've ever really listened to anything that Iron Maiden has put out. I know they've been around for a while. I'm pretty sure they were still making music when my parents were raising me as a kid back in the 80s and the 90s, but I never listened to Iron Maiden. Maybe if I were to go back and listen to some of their most popular songs, I would recognize them, but I don't really have any. This might honestly be my first introduction into Iron Maiden. So again, on this song, I have no prior experience or knowledge about this band. Is that the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge? Sorry, I'm just trying to pick up on where we're starting and what's going on, because it's like an animation or cartoon, and they're in this desert wasteland, and it honestly kind of reminds me. I don't know if any of you guys ever played Fallout New Vegas. That's what it reminds me of, that setting. I never really got into that game too heavy, but they look similar, like the landscape. I don't know. It sounds good so far. I guess I really don't have much to say because all we've heard is instruments, and I like music videos like this. They're a little different, you know. We're not actually seeing these real people. This is like not really a cartoon. What would you call it? It's animated, right? Like, and then you got the bird or whatever, the raven that went off, and then it transformed into these four guys on the motorcycles. So I'm wondering if that's representing the guys that are in the band. I don't know if there is 4 people in the band, if there are 5. Please let me know in the comments. Again, just going off of my brain right now. But as we see in this frame too, we got the warning of this toxic material that's spilling over. So it'll be interesting. This is 7 minutes and 24 seconds. It's probably going to tell a story. So. I just had to pause this to try and gather my thoughts because it's really interesting. I'm not getting much from the lyrics. I'm hearing stuff about writing on the wall, riders on the storm, becoming slaves, and shit like that. So I don't necessarily know the context of it, but it seems like it might potentially be like a political commentary or just like things that are going on in the world right now, because you see those dudes that had those ripped out shorts, they had the Great Britain flag on them, and then I'm not sure, but those people that were pulling that giant float with that emperor up on the top, if that was China, because it had like the fucking dragons and shit. So I'm assuming it comes from that culture. But essentially, you know, maybe these countries enslaving their citizens or trying to control their citizens, and it's honestly a scary topic. You know, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to the media just because I know it's important for my mental health to stay off of those things, but like if you go on and you just look at the stories that are being reported right now, or all the things that are going wrong in the world, which that's what I don't like about the media, is they tend to focus on everything that's negative. But you look at that stuff and it creates so much anxiety, because like if you actually like sat down to think about it, like all the shit that's going on, you know, with like COVID, the resurgence of COVID, and politicians being greedy and trying to control and manipulate in a very secretive way, and then all, not to mention all the things that are going on in other countries, like it's kind of fucked up. Like this world is pretty fucked up in a bunch of different ways. And so you know, I think a lot of people don't take it very seriously. It's like, you know, if we don't get our act together as just as humans, as a fucking human race, I guess like the scariest thing is that there are countries, including us, that have access to nuclear warfare. You know, and so it's like if we step on each other's toes, or like if we don't figure out a way to just communicate and compromise and coexist together, it's like we could literally just blow ourselves up, you know, and then there will pretty much be nothing left of this world. And that's a scary fucking thought. It's like, so what's the point of being on this earth together? Like, we should learn how to like each other. I don't care what the fuck your background is. We should learn how to like each other. But that's the thing about humans, is we're so prone to tribalism. Like that's very rooted in our DNA. You know, our ancestors were like that. They formed tribes. And I mean, there's good reason for that. You need a tribe. You need a tribe in life. Whether that's comes in the form of, you know, the hunter-gatherers, or like now in the modern world, you know, just speaking for me or you guys that are watching, you tend to find your clique of people that you really resonate with, or has the same beliefs, the same values, the same structure of just how you operate in the world. So it's like, it's needed, but we got to get better at like being compassionate and talking and having civil discourse. And I think, again, that's, you know, you guys always hear me talk about social media and the negative impact of it, and it's like there's never the right amount of time or opportunity to have civil discourse. And like people have gotten on social media and they can just fucking berate other people, and I just don't understand it. It's like, chances are most of those people that are like, you know, just little fucking shitbags on Twitter or Facebook talking shit, if you saw them in real life, I guarantee you a good portion of them would not say the same shit that they say online to your face. I guarantee that. A lot of people are fucking weasels. All right, let's continue this video. So did he just sacrifice himself to save everybody else? No? He's getting put back together. Is this the Iron Maiden character? Like this looks like a fucking video game. I like it. Turn this dude into a fucking goat. Death, war, what did I say? Hold on, I'm gonna go back and look at that. Death, war, plague, and famine. Okay. Jesus. That pig got fucked. Ah, okay, so it's supposed to be like Adam and Eve. Huh. All right. Yeah, so an interesting song. I was more so paying attention to the music video. That's why, like, I don't know, man. I don't know about these reactions because, like, I feel like I come on here to give you guys a reaction to the song, but then I'm always more so, like, paying attention to the visuals when I do the music video. Nothing blew me away from Iron Maiden in the song, and honestly, there wasn't too many lyrics. They were kind of saying the same thing throughout the whole song, talking about the writing on the walls, see the riders on the storm. I'm somewhat confused by the message because in the beginning I thought it was more so directed on like current events, which I think it is, but I just didn't understand the part at the end. Like they liberate all those people and then the girl and the guy that are in the backseat of the whatever that dude is, the character for Iron Maiden, when they're in the back of the seat, they take a bite of the apple. So that has to be Adam and Eve. So it's like almost like they're starting over and creating the fucking universe. I don't know. Maybe this is just off of a whim or a theory in my head. It just seems like, I guess the message that I got from it is that humans are flawed, you know, and we tend to create more difficulties in this life than we need to. And maybe it's too optimistic of me to say that people can get along or like countries can get along. I don't know why people, you know, have a certain bias towards other people or why we have to get involved in wars or, you know, just like random conflicts that don't really seem necessary. It's like, okay, if we're still going to be tribalistic, like if every country is going to, you know, believe in their nation, which they should, I don't think it's wrong to have pride in your country, then why don't we just stay where our borders are at? Like, why do we have to go out and fight other people's battles or like dip our toes in every other little conflict? Like, I guess I don't understand that. And I've never been big into politics. I only got into politics, and again, not even seriously, but I started, you know, really taking a look at my belief system and how that related to politics that promised certain things until last year when COVID happened, which I think happened for a lot of people because you cannot disagree. This whole COVID thing has become politically influenced. I mean, you know, you look at both sides and like Democrats tend to be the type of people that are a little bit more timid and afraid and, you know, want to be cautious about the whole virus. And then there are the Republicans that are more so like, all right, hey, like, let's fucking open things up. Let's start going again because we can't live our lives like this for eternity. It seems like if there's always gonna be a new strain of COVID, well then when is COVID ever really gonna go away? You know what I mean? So, anyways, I don't really know where I was going with that. I was just kind of going on a rant. This song just seems to be like, you know, just commentary on like what's going on in the world and like how fucked up it is, or at least that's how it seems to me. But yeah, nothing too crazy that I have to say about the song. I mean, it wasn't like it was unpleasant. It's just like I get lost in the music video that I stop even paying attention to the music. But I don't think they were really saying much. I think they were kind of just repeating the same lines. But it wasn't bad. It didn't sound terrible. Iron Maiden, I think, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're a staple mark. They're like a staple band in their genre, right? Like they've put out a lot of good stuff. So maybe it would be interesting for me to go back and listen to some of their earlier stuff. Because if I think this is their first song in like 6 years, right? Am I wrong? I'm not sure. I thought I read that somewhere, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Nothing against Iron Maiden. I just wasn't really attuned to the sound of it. Like the instruments were good, especially in the beginning. I thought we were gonna get like I don't know. It was starting to kind of remind me, if again going back to a video game reference, if any of you guys have played Red Dead Redemption, more specifically Red Dead Redemption 2, which is my favorite game of all time. But it just kind of set the tone. It was like that guitar and then the visuals of the music video, like it's in a desert wasteland. And I was like, damn, dude, this feels like an introduction. There's going to be some dude on a horse that's going to come in and it's going to feel like Red Dead. But no, it turned out to be something completely different. And I respect it. I respect the message. I'm a little confused on the message, but it's okay. I'm sure you guys will educate me on my lapses. If you're new to the channel, like I always say, please subscribe. Please like the videos. It really helps me out in having my videos become more discoverable in the YouTube algorithm. YouTube is a crazy fucking machine. It's like at some points you can be dead on in the YouTube algorithm and people will, just magically keep finding your videos, and then you'll hit dry spots where you're not really getting many views, and then you think to yourself, well, why? Like, I thought that video was pretty good. Well, it probably is to a lot of people's standards, but at the same time, YouTube doesn't fucking care. It's like if it doesn't start out hot, or, it depends on a lot of things, like what time you post it, thumbnails, captions, all those sorts of things. But having you guys here supporting me, subscribing to my channel, liking the videos, commenting, I'm sure all of that, watch time, all of that really helps me to become discovered by other people. And like I said last week, I started a Patreon page. I'm still trying to figure out the kinks and like what I want to offer on there. So be looking out for that. If you want to go over to my Patreon page and support me, even though I don't have anything up, go ahead. If not, that's all right too. Week 16, Music Monday, LaCroix. I'll see you guys on the next video.